Well, hello. It's Reverend Paul here. I hope all is well with you. And Mrs. Jones has asked me to share with you, say a little bit about what I do in the course of a week. I know that you're working on religious leaders at the moment and thinking a little bit about what we do. So I've put together a little sort of weekly rota here, which just gives some of the activities, things that I do during a week, typical kind of events and activities in the life of the church, which I'll talk you through. So the first day of the week for us is Sunday. And you'll notice that Sundays are fairly busy, particularly in the mornings. So I'm the rector of two churches, at both Norton Fitzwarren and Staple Grove. So we have an 8 o'clock communion service at at Staple Grove, and then a 9:30 service at Norton, and then it's back to Staple Grove for an 11 o'clock service. And that third service might be a baptism service. It sometimes is. So that's quite nice. We get families joining us for a baptism, which is always celebration time. So that's good. And then actually this weekend we've been celebrating harvest. So we had our harvest lunch as well at Staple Grove Church with people from both of our churches. So we had about 70 people for lunch. Well, we didn't actually have them for lunch, but well, they were with us for lunch, which was lovely. And so obviously Sunday's pretty busy. And then into Monday. Now, one of the things we do, obviously, we pray. And so every weekday starts with prayer. So at 9 o'clock, I will say morning prayer, which is a short service of about 15-20 minutes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do that online. It goes onto Facebook and onto YouTube. And some of our members, particularly people who can't get out much, perhaps people who are very elderly or not very well and are stuck at home, and others like to follow that. So that's quite a good thing to do. So I'll offer morning prayer. And then tomorrow morning, or today or Monday, whenever you're watching this, we have Norton School Harvest services. So that will be most of the morning on Monday, by the time we've done the service 3 times. And that's lovely. That'll be a celebration as well. And we're looking forward to that. And then Monday afternoon, it's kind of a repeat, for me at least, because I'm then off into Staple Grove School to do the harvest service there. So very much a focus on harvest on Monday. And then in the evening, there's a church meeting as well. And that will take us up till about sort of 8:30, 9, something like that. Tuesday again starts with prayer. And on Tuesday morning, then there might well be a funeral service. One of the things we do in church, obviously, is deal with families who've lost people. People who've died have a funeral service. So that might be in the church or it might be at the crematorium. Sadly, recently we lost a very elderly man called Pat Bowker, and he was a member of Norton Church for decades, for probably 40, 50 years even. He was 97 and sadly died recently, and so we'll be looking after his funeral service fairly soon. And then 12:30, a hospital visit. Again, obviously, people get ill, and one of our jobs is to go and look after, or not look after them really, but visit people, and hopefully cheer them up and just share some time with them, and maybe pray with them as well. And the Tuesday afternoon is our Evergreens group. Now, the Evergreens group is they meet once a month and they offer friendship and hospitality for people who are really who are quite elderly, and perhaps don't get much time to spend with other people. So that's quite a worthwhile thing for us to do in our churches. And then perhaps on a Tuesday afternoon, not this week, but next week, I'll have a school governors meeting. So that's normally takes about an hour and a half in the school. And then on Tuesday evening, we have our Alpha course. The Alpha course is a course which enables people to explore the Christian faith and ask big questions of life and faith. So we're currently running that. We've got about 25 people part of that at the moment. Wednesday morning again starts with prayer, and I'll meet with a wedding couple. One of the things again we do in our churches is we love to do weddings. That's one of my favourite parts of the job, and it's always great to meet with couples to plan the service and to make all the arrangements for it. After that, then I might do a pastoral visit. So again, perhaps somebody who's not very well at home, or perhaps somebody who's just been struggling recently. I might pop round to see them, perhaps have a cup of tea if I'm lucky, and talk through whatever it is they want to talk about. Wednesday afternoon, we have a Hope Cafe, which is an activity for people who've recently been bereaved. So people perhaps who've suffered a loss, they've lost a husband or a wife or a son or a daughter or a mum or a dad, and they want to come and share in support with other people. So that, again, a very worthwhile thing to do. And then on Wednesday evening at Staple Grove, we've got our film night. Every month we show a film, and people come along and watch it, and it's a good way of drawing people into the church and just offering something to the community to bring people together. Thursday morning, it again starts with prayer, this time not online. We do it once a week on a Thursday morning person at Staple Grove Church. There's normally 2 or 3 of us there to do that. There's often a church meeting on Thursday mornings at 10 o'clock. And then maybe I'll do a home communion. We have a number of people, again, who are housebound, who may be very elderly or not very well and can't come to church on a Sunday, in which case I might take communion to them at home and share in the bread and wine of communion. Thursday afternoon is often collective worship in schools, as you know, and then perhaps on a Thursday evening, I might do a baptism visit where I'll go and meet with a mum and a dad usually, and arrange a baptism, a christening for their child. Friday is a day off, so I don't do any work on a Friday, don't do any church activities. And that's quite important. And that's based on the Christian idea of the Sabbath. You might remember in creation that God worked 6 days, and then the 7th day he rested. So we have 1 day off every week. And Saturday is a bit of a lighter day. We have a coffee morning every Saturday morning at Staple Grove Church, so I'll go to that. And I might do a funeral visit, again, meeting with a family to share a funeral. And if we do have a wedding, we don't have many weddings, actually, a handful a year. If we do have a wedding, it's likely to be on a Saturday afternoon. So there might be a wedding, in which case it's always a very joyous affair. So those are the things which might be in my diary. It's worth saying that around that, there are other tasks to do. There's lots of work to be getting on with, things like administration, putting rotas together, emails and phone calls that never seem to stop, and service preparation, sermon preparation, which all needs to be kind of weaved in and out of all the things actually in the diary. I hope that's helpful, and good luck with all the work that you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you soon.